welcome to my YouTube channel. Fibonacci and I are very excited to have you here. So I wanted to film a little background on who I am so that if you make it to my channel, maybe you got here through another video, however you got here, you can kind of see this intro to me and see a little bit of background on who I am and what my channel is all about. So to start with who I am, my name is Lauren and I am an avid knitter, and so in the fiber community you can find me on Ravelry, on Instagram, kind of all over that fibery community as A Girl in Her Wool. I also have a hand-dyed yarn shop by the same name, A Girl in Her Wool, and I really am excited to start this YouTube channel. I know that there's so much warmth and community through all knitters and all crocheters, all fiber artists in general. And I kind of just wanted to put myself out there more and get to know people a little bit better. And I know that by kind of putting me and who I am out there, it might help people get to know me and connect further with me. So my ideas for this YouTube channel is, I know there's a lot of knitting fiber podcasts who film for YouTube, and they do a lot of, here are the projects I'm working on, here's some yarn I bought, here's a little bit of what's going on in my life, and I love watching those. I watch a ton of YouTube videos about knitters, and so while I enjoy those, I kind of wanted to try and do something a little bit different, so I might go a little bit more vlog style. And what that kind of entails is, one of my videos, which is probably up at the same time, is I did a little behind the scenes and planning and how I dyed my most recent gradient set called Fairy Shadow. And so I'm looking to do a lot of videos like that, or just filming vlogs throughout the week of me dyeing or getting orders together or blogging or knitting. So if I am starting a new project, I'm hoping to kind of vlog how I picked a pattern, why I picked it, the yarn I'm selecting, the colors, or just kind of planning in general. I'm a big planner and scheduler, and that also falls into my crafty world as well. So I kind of wanted to, just kind of put me as a person out there more and how my crafting fits into that. And so a little bit more background on me as a crafter is, I started doing a lot of needlepoint when I was very young. So when I was in 6th grade, which was still elementary school for my school, everyone did a little needlepoint project. And Nacho's gonna get comfortable here. He's in his lovey-dovey mood right now. I don't even know if you can hear him purring, but he is. And this is funny because he's a cuddler, but he's really not a lap cat, so I think he's just showing off right now. But anyway, so when I was in 6th grade, we did a little needlepoint project, and everyone did a little square, and how it worked was, in prior years, they sewed them all together and kind of put them up as a big mural in the school, but they ran out of space or something. So for us, we got to just design our own and kind of do whatever we wanted, and we all kind of did like the year and our names or initials or something. But anyway, I got addicted to the craft immediately, and so from there, I kind of started with like smaller projects, and then over the years, I just did a lot of needlepoint. I always was working on something. And when I went to college, that kind of died down a little bit. And also in high school, I did have a friend who knit, so she taught me how to knit. That was probably the first time that I really kind of learned how to knit, but all I did were some garter stitch scarves. I really didn't knit too much then. So I went to college, and things were busy in college, so I really didn't find a place in my life for crafting while I was there. And then when I graduated and started working more professionally and full-time, that's when I picked up knitting. I really never came back to needlepoint though. I think one of the reasons why I'm so drawn to knitting over needlepoint is that knitting seems a lot more practical in some ways. You know, you knit socks and you wear the socks. I'm wearing a sweater I knit right now, or you can always find people who need something. Even if I feel like I've knit myself enough socks, I can give them away. I've started doing a lot, or not a lot more, but I've started doing some more charity knitting. And so, you know, there's always people who need clothes, and I felt like, you know, I'm a very practical person. I don't like to do things for the sake of doing them. I do enjoy having purposes. And so I felt like, you know, probably then, when I was growing up, you know, we had walls in our house that we could put my needle points on, which are still there. You see white wall behind me. One of them that I actually made will go probably on the wall over here. But, you know, I just kind of picked up knitting and fell in love with that, and that's kind of where my crafting has taken me. So when I was, you know, I had to get another thing about me is I had to get a credential for my career, and that involved a long process of a lot of exams. And so in between the exams, I would work on a little sampler afghan. And so once I finished my exams, and I think around then is when I kind of found knitting podcasts and I started listening to them, and I learned so much, and they all had so many projects going on and so much yarn. And that's really when I think I really started to appreciate yarn and hand-dyed yarn, and making real projects and socks and sweaters. And I think because I was listening to people who had so much experience in it, I felt like I could just do these things. So I really just picked a sweater and started making it, and picked socks and started making them, and haven't stopped since. So yeah, so that's a little bit of background on me. I'll probably, you know, over time I can fill in kind of some more background and answer some questions, but I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit and you know, let you know who I am if you've stumbled across this channel. So again, I am Lauren. I have the A Girl and Her Wool shop, so feel free to check that out. You can go to agirlandherwool.com. I hand dye yarn, and my little bit is that I dye yarn in any size skein. So you don't have to buy yarn from my shop in 100-gram increments, although you are more than welcome to. But if you need 75 grams for a project, you can come and get 75 grams for a project and just pay for 75 grams for your project. And I find that, again, I mentioned I'm a planner, and so for me that was something I was always looking for and never really felt like I could find out there. So I decided to do it myself. So check back here. You can also find me on Instagram as A Girl and Her Wool, and check for updates there. I also update a blog semi-regularly with what I'm working on and shop news, so you can see updates there. And yeah, let me know anything you might want me to post as videos on here. Again, it's going to be more vlog based, so while I probably will highlight projects and show projects and talk about planning them and knitting them, it's going to be less structured, I think, than you might normally see in crafting podcasts. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Bye!